Thanks for joining us. Episode 6, Jared. I believe the last 2 episodes are released on the same day.
Ooh, good.
Well, as I quietly informed you when I got here, to me it's an open and shut case. I've wrapped this thing up.
Of course, yeah.
I have wrapped it up.
Yeah.
So
I might bring a couple of little, things up that might work against you. But,
yeah, okay, whatever.
Yep.
All right, straight into it. Did I get a Frankenstein vibe at the start?
Yeah.
With fucking hearts and shit. And she's trying
grave robbings and shit.
Yeah. Like, I got a real Frankenstein sort of vibe, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
Touching back on that type of era.
Yeah.
Of stories.
Yeah.
Which was good.
I'll tell you what I got from the start of the episode. Secrets coming out about the Doctor, and I thought, oh well, fuck, here my fairy tale 6-episode run
is over
on an absolute nag has finished. The horse just on the final
legs fell off. Or in this case, we're fucking cut off.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Look, as soon as it opened with her, if I were you, I'd have been like, fuck, here we go.
As soon as that happened, I'm like, oh, we got a secret about the Doctor. All right, I know who's dying this episode.
Also, what the fuck's she doing sleeping next to a corpse?
I don't know.
All sorts of shit leaked out of those things.
Well, as soon as when old mate dumped the body on her table, my first thought was, oh, it must be having pies for dinner.
Yeah, look, he's reasonably fresh.
I'll take him down to Yorkie to run him through the fucking sausage maker.
Oh, shit. Yeah, like, don't lay next to those fucking things.
No.
All sorts of stuff comes out of it.
You're a doctor. You know you'll probably catch something.
Plus, they fucking fart and belch and shit. I mean, I'd be woken from my blissful slumber by the corpse going, breaking wind.
Well, it'd be dueling banjos at my place.
True, I would not wake up because I'm probably just responding kind.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing too about catching something is surely she's smart enough to know that in the era you'll probably catch something that you can't treat.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. All right. We bring back the seance stuff again, Jared.
Yes.
And fuck, that stuff gives me the shits.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about it a little later, but it's sort of brought another one of the theories
to the
back
fore.
up that, I think might still be in play.
This theory is tonight's episode. Section on suspects is going to be very long.
Yeah. We're re-examining every suspect we've ever had.
You know what?
Including dead people at this point.
You know what? This fucking thing's 6 episodes long, but honestly, it's a cold case. We're reinvigorating a cold case.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, it's going to be... I think it's a strength of the writing this season that they've just fucking run us in circles. I don't know what I'm looking at this point.
I've settled, but you're of the opinion that still doesn't work.
Well, I thought that was again open and shut case for the 3rd or 4th time this season.
Well, the way it's portrayed in this episode, it looks like it can't possibly be her.
Looks like you might be leaping from the back of one horse to another.
No, you know what? I'm staying on her.
I mean, in this race, you've looked like a stuntman out of Indiana Jones. Jumping.
Not him.
Jumping from one horse to the next.
Not this guy. No, he's too slow.
Meanwhile, I stuck on the improbable.
You're in the back going for the crop, fucking non-stop.
And there was a couple of episodes there where I was picking my nose into the pack, and then, as you said, the legs just kind of detached mid-races. So
now, I did like the fact that we finally found out about Margaret's corpse being out on the street.
Yep.
And the fact that it was the surgeon who deposited her like that.
Yes.
So she wasn't murdered like that.
Yeah, that was actually quite good. So now there's still some stuff to come about how it all went down. But yeah, as you've pointed out, we just kind of assumed that it was
a vicious
gruesome and
murder,
nasty.
yeah. But it's not.
But there
it's
might be
else.
something to come, that there's a little more. And I like the way, again, they did the similar thing of connecting Verdi and Margaret with kind of, it appeared that Garvey was looking for a similar sort of setup.
Yeah.
But called on Monsieur Rondo to get that done with some kind of
bullshit magic and
yeah. But yeah, I think you're right in that it did kind of bring up the same sort of things about last episode. Although last episode I felt it was more about how you kind of saw Verdi in the frame in shots and things like that.
Yes. And that's why I'm fucking right on there.
Right on it?
Right on.
Yeah. For now.
Garvey once again gives me a fucking cracking line when they're in jail together.
Yeah.
He says to Rondo, unless you can poof yourself out of here, sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Again, that shit between him and Garvey in jail, between the bars and everything, that was good stuff. Mm-hmm. It was good stuff. It's sort of once again showcasing that there's this no love lost between the pair of them. Yeah. I believe he even says to him, "You'll be reunited with your ball-biting lover.
Yeah.
And you'll be reamed in hell."
Yeah. Yeah, he was certainly going for the.
It's going overboard.
Certainly going for the low blows in this one.
But again, I got plenty of giggles out of it.
When he was trying to win Verdi over, he pulls out, "I have an eye for figures, yours especially." I was like, oh. Jeez, okay. Christ. Smooth Garvey.
Sprinkle some dust on the material, mate.
Yeah,
she's a bit light.
Yes. I got fucking Stifler vibes off that sort of shit. Basil Stifler.
Why don't you locate your dicks and fucking use them?
But yeah, as you said, it all added to this kind of dark kind of humour of Garvey. He's got this, he's an absolute scumbag, but you can't help but laugh at the bloke. And
well, as I said, they're kind of mixing in between the charming aristocratic guy and this fucking buffoon who just wander around telling people their house.
Yeah, well, there was a little bit of the old superintendent in this episode where he's kind of, starting with a veiled threat. Then when that doesn't work, he just fucking fires up.
I'm happy with that. Now, they threw the pastor in with a bit of a violent streak. There, pastor, you've named him Pastor Gas.
Yeah, well, he won't be passing much gas with his big hole in his stomach.
No. By the way, do yourself a favour and get on fucking YouTube and Pastor Gas. He's great fun.
Yeah.
But I think they threw that in there as another of those sort of herrings that he's got a bit of a violent streak.
Yeah.
In him.
He threw the punch with his right hand. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah. And they brought up the fact that the fuckers are right-handed now. Maybe the killer's ambidextrous. Fuck, what's going on here?
Possibly.
I'll leave that to the suspect pile.
Yeah. Just so you know, gas is off my suspect.
Yeah, I know. Gas is gone.
Gas is wafted into the
after gas got
breeze.
stabbed, I think we can safely say he's probably not really in the frame.
Yeah. I don't have him in the mix.
No. I mean, I'll consider him so if you want.
If I mention again that he did use his left hand once in the whole season.
Like if I need an eighth man on the bench, I've got to call upon. Yeah. He's probably my guy.
Yeah, but you've called on 6 or 7 so far, so you might need it.
Don't fucking give me that.
He was in your starting lineup until he got brushed.
Yeah. He's my starting small forward. Then he was quickly moved to the bench after some. He disappeared out of the show for fucking 3 episodes.
I told you he was a lefty. He had a smooth left-handed jump shot.
Yeah, I fucking bit. I bit on that little piece of information. The whole blood transfusion thing with him, where she uses her own blood to kind of transfuse it, and the widow's there.
Yep.
And then they sort of throw a little curveball in there. The widow doesn't kill her right then and there.
Yep. Which I thought was going to, I thought, they might have mixed it up here. I might have been wrong when they served up the body to her early in the episode, and I was like, okay, guaranteed she is going. But I was on the money there. Yeah. I was onto something.
Yeah. And then obviously when she's killed, this is again the Frankenstein vibe comes back.
Yep.
So is that should we consider that as
What,
part of the
considering
whole?
Frankenstein as a suspect?
Well, he probably fucking wandered past the area. I mean, if you were within a 50-mile radius of the area, I want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You're in town.
I'll talk to you. I want to talk to Victor as well. Thanks.
I mean, your questioning process is, where were you on these dates? And someone says, well, I was out of town for 2 of them. Well, what about the other 4?
No, mine is, but that's a cheat. It's a fucking cheat.
Yeah, exactly. You're playing with me.
Yeah.
You're
manipulating the timeline.
You and Pastor Gas were fucking. You need to meet in my fucking office for some questions.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I enjoyed the episode a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I also like Garvey pulling the move on the Botticellis that I actually expected last week. Once he's kind of got Verdi in his clutches, he just comes in and basically says, I'm here to pick up her things. And
yeah, that's right.
they're like, we're going to make another arrangement. And he's basically just walked out. Like,
yeah. Now, I feel like we need to dig into the suspect.
Well, can we just quickly whip out a couple of dislikes?
Oh, you got a couple of dislikes?
Yeah.
Shit. See, I didn't have anything that I didn't like except for the fucking seance.
Well, it was the same.
I'm still trying to work out what that is.
A couple of minor things. Not huge ones. Obviously, we mentioned the kind of recurring issue of once we start to go more than fingernail deep on somebody, they're out the window. I have to say, look, you're talking about the seance. It's kind of on a similar track, but whenever the preacher and the Simcoe widow are having a scene where there's dialogue back and forth, that shit is going over my head. I just kind of lose. As soon as they start talking, I just kind of drift off. And
Why is that? What are they talking about?
I don't know. They keep talking about grief and they're talking about fucking saving souls and shit like that. And quite frankly, I reckon they've probably told us the answer to the riddle in that dialogue, but I've just kind of sat there and let it fucking wash over me. Yeah. Because I just don't kind of...
I'm not going to lie to you, the Pastor Gas is not a great actor.
Oh, I think he's all right. I just think that's not the issue for me. I think his work's been fine, but I'm just kind of like... I just get fucking lost in those scenes.
Yeah, because I feel like... And this is why, when we get to suspects, I feel like Simcoe seems to have no purpose. Could that mean that she's the killer?
Well, this is the thing. Because she is the widow, I'm just like...
It's too easy.
I brushed her off as well. Her and Gas were
yeah. She was a fucking... She was a chestnut mare, but she walked straight past and got on the donkey that was next to it.
The donkey went alright. If she was only fucking, a 1200 metre race, I would have been alright. But unfortunately, she's a 2000. Didn't have the legs. But yeah. No, see, because it's just too clear. Like, as it was the same with him. Like, the fact that he's been the killer, the fact that he's the one in the entire show still with the clearest motive. Yeah, there's got to be something to uncover. You've got to dig in the dirt with your left hand.
As Sherlock Holmes would say, if you've dismissed everything else, then the simplest answer is the correct one.
But do you think that's...
No, of course not. Of course not. I just missed him.
Sherlock Holmes never watched a fucking slasher, alright? There's always... I mean, it wasn't Cotton Weary, was it?
Yeah, but that was a case of like a alleged innocent man. I mean, fuck, this is different.
Yeah, but he was the clearest.
No, but he was already in the clique. Like,
no. They found his jacket. He was caught. That was the... Yeah, no. But it's just... It's too upfront. I mean, anyone that watched the show would see, oh, well, this is the only guy with a motive. So it's never going to be him, surely.
Alright, okay.
The only guy with the motive of the only clear person with a motive of a revenge against Basil Garvey. Everyone else is like, oh, we hang around and we think he's a bit of a dick, but you know it's going to be one of them who has something that's yet to be uncovered. It's not going to be, oh, well, Pastor Gas was right in front of you the whole time. It's not that.
God help me if he was in front of him.
And I think the Simcoe stuff keeps leading back to this fucking black magic stuff with Rondo.
And that's why you fingered Rondo.
So I'll come back to this. Just quickly, I do have one more dislike.
Okay,
very
what was
quickly. The bit where Garvey and Rondo are cut together being questioned at the same time, it was like a fucking game of Cluedo. Tossing these back and forth at each other.
That was pretty poorly handled.
So that couple of minutes was not my favourite, but yeah, overall, as you said, good episode. But yeah, so I'll tell you why. I'll toss out a couple of things that are
pass the gas, no.
that are keeping.
Definitely not him.
I don't think it's him.
No, couldn't.
I think that was the first one I struck.
Yeah, he's gone.
The Simcoe widow seems to just be around to be talking about the stuff with him that's probably given us every answer that we needed, but I've just not enjoyed it. So
I'll tell you why I went back to her slightly. Is that she is now 6 episodes deep.
Yep.
With very little to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, classic side character.
Yep.
She is a widow.
Yep.
She was married to that fucking scumbag.
Yes.
Who seems to be more involved in some of this shit than we thought.
Yeah. So she could be. She could have known about the secret rooms and shit like that. Yeah. And been in on him.
Could have either been in on it or have found it a disgrace or something, and then or linked it back to Margaret.
The only thing I can't see. I can't see the link between her and Margaret.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
Just getting revenge on everyone else for roping her husband into the fucking killing of
Yeah,
Margaret.
we'll see.
Why would she waited 12 years to do that shit?
I don't know. I don't know.
Until he died.
Again, this is why Verdi sits there for me.
Yeah.
12 years ago, there's quite a bit of time.
Yep.
She turns up in episode 1 as
she
the
would
new
have been
person
about fucking 5 at the time.
But she turns up, so she could have been Margaret's daughter, for all we know. She turns up in town. She's first day in town. The widow's knocking off people.
Yep.
Right. She has no evidence to suggest she's a sister. Like, they take her on face value.
Mm.
There's no real checks done, so no one knows whether it's actually her.
Did you go back to the first episode and ensure that this was that?
No,
was
I
sound?
did not. But one thing was said.
Yep.
She came with nothing.
Yes.
Is what the sister said.
Yes.
She came with nothing.
Yep.
So really, she comes with nothing, and that, in my mind, that's also she comes with nothing that says that she is exactly who she says she is.
Okay, so tell me this.
Yeah.
How do we explain her being locked in the house while the widow was
I
there
don't
today?
know. I really don't. Again, I keep coming back to the whole. They're cheating. They're cheating. They're using this. They're making out like that timeline is all exactly.
They've been cheating for 6 episodes.
I know, but but this is the only one where they've actually put her in a position where the widow was killing someone and she wasn't, and they cut to her.
So I'll throw something at you.
Mm.
So the Simcoe widow is around to continue this stuff with Rondo and the seance stuff.
Yes.
So we did speak about this. I tossed it out as being still on the table because they did it in episode 3 or whatever, and then didn't come back to it. Mm. And they had one shot of him, chanting in front of a skull that we still haven't had any clarity on.
Okay.
The episode today, he's in prison when the widow comes to do the job with Dr. Israel, and the widow doesn't go through with it, and then he gets released from prison, and we come back to...
Is it a pair?
We haven't seen his assistant for fucking 3 episodes.
Yeah. So you're thinking Rondo and the assistant?
Well, I don't... Again, I look at it and I'm like, I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like what I've got to go on there, but I just can't understand why you continue with these little snippets of black magic
if you're not going to pay it off something.
That we haven't paid off, and we've got 2 episodes to pay it off.
Okay, let me say this.
What do we do next episode? Because Rondo is next on the table.
Yes. Let me say this.
He's on the chopping block.
You have jumped onto
He's on Yorgie's table.
A solid horse. It's not Maccabi Diva at all, but it's a good
she's not Farlap.
It's solid. Like, she'll run in the pack. Right?
Yeah.
That's that's actually not a bad thought.
Well, it's only because it hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Yes.
And it keeps kind of like the assistant. I don't know why the assistant's taken off and disappeared.
And I still feel that maybe the Verdi situation, the way they've sort of played it out in the last couple of episodes, was to kind of make you think, yeah, it's got to be her. But then, we've got Rondo and a double act.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing of Rondo and that was he talked about his assistant in the first couple of episodes and about how they fleeced the audience and how they did what they did.
Yep.
So it seems like it could potentially just run back to that.
Yeah, a little bit meta. A little bit kind of, a little bit of fucking smoke and mirrors on the audience.
Yes, and it would actually make up for the fact that the widow didn't kill Israel at the first time.
Yeah. I can't explain that, but I was just kind of like...
But that's a decent enough reason.
Yeah.
It's not the person who does the killing. It's the offsider who's dressed up as the widow this time. So that means she doesn't want to do the killing, or she doesn't do the killing, so she doesn't kill Israel then. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still, like, Verdi seems like more of a plausible suspect, unless they're playing with the timeline.
Yes.
The timeline.
That's the only explanation for that.
The widow kidnaps Dr. Israel.
Yeah.
Verdi's then seen in the house, locked inside the house. We come back to the widow with Dr. Israel.
Yes. So that's the only thing that works against her.
What about the other Botticellis? Have we struck them too?
Well, the older sister's like scheming for cash.
Yeah.
The other sister has a motive, I guess. She's been spurned, but she hadn't been spurned until now.
But it appeared that she was in the sack when the killing was going on this time.
Yeah, with fucking one of the Chippendales.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, it was Manpower.
Yeah, something like that. Oh god. So yeah.
Oh, this is a Canadian production, is it?
Yes,
probably
it is.
Canadian Sunset or whatever. Okay.
Why do you know all the names?
Oh no.
A couple of logistical things again.
Logistics. Hang on.
Where was the police detail? Wasn't it their job to stop the widow getting in and her getting out? It's like she snuck in pretty comfortably. Police detail. Again,
well, have you seen some of the bozos running around out there in the coppers?
Yeah, but it would have just taken a quick 5 seconds of her slipping one of those little needles or something. But I can get past that. Back to Salome though. It appears like we come back to that cross kind of setup. It was in her room. So after this whole Salome Crenshaw conversation from last week, are we led to believe, like, did the widow fucking carry it on the back like Jesus into the fucking?
Oh, no, the widow dressed up as a fucking a delivery van.
Or was it the whole
delivery for Salome?
Or was it the whole? Was it a situation like the Clooney fucking sex swing setup? She snuck it in piece by piece. Because that X shape looked pretty fucking solid to me.
Yeah, logistically none of that makes any sense.
As you said, yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just bringing some equipment in for the show or something.
See, that thing looks heavy. Yeah, fuck.
You want a hand? No. I'm alright. Don't come in here.
Yeah, you hear this bang, 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 bang. What's going on in there? Oh, nothing. No, look. Okay, let's get back to some suspects again.
Okay, I thought we'd wrapped up.
No, we haven't wrapped it up. We haven't fucking talked about the case.
I thought you'd give me 3 cards.
I'll tell you why Verdi still sits for me. She's now positioned right next to Garvey.
Yeah.
And Garvey's the man.
Yes.
That they want.
But it's now making it look like she's using that to get out of the whole situation. I thought it would just show, this episode would be like the period of her playing a little bit of a game but staying around the place until next episode, bang, here's the reveal that it's been me all along. But
yeah.
Now that she's been locked in a house, I struggle to explain any of it. No. I don't know what.
So who else is there?
The assistant is the only one that hasn't been seen for a while. The widow Simcoe and Pastor Gas are walking around with impunity at this point.
Well, fuck, if it's one of them, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah. And the Botticelli sisters. And, of course, Monsieur Rondeau is still...
Rondeau. Look, if it's not Verdi, then I think the black magic situation with Rondeau makes more sense. Makes the most other sense. because it could be a double killer, which would give some credence to what happened in this episode.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's been me all series. I don't know.
I'm on Verdi. That's
Yeah.
I've decided that with 2 episodes to go, we may as well just stick.
Yes, and I thought that was absolutely sound last episode, but I'm kind of that last little bit is the only thing that's just giving me pause and her trying to get away.
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about that, the more I think yes, it is very difficult to pull that off. If you're gonna be saying that we use that as a cheat, to cover her tracks,
Yep.
and it's a pretty shitty way to do it.
But I wouldn't go past the 2 killer setup. I reckon at this point that's equally as likely, given how many people are left one episode to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be on the table.
All right. Interesting angles. We're getting more and more information about Margaret's death.
Yeah.
We're getting more and more information about who could possibly have been involved.
Yep.
The fact that Israel squealed on Garvey and Rondo and basically kind of handed them both out, that means that, we're getting closer and closer to working out or seeing what happened there. Was that 12 years ago?
Yeah.
And the situation there, and how's that going to impact on who our killer is?
Yes.
Time will tell.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Yeah, I think we've spitballed some ideas there. Again, we're just sitting back in the office going, fuck, who do we go and arrest here? Who do we question? Because I got nothing.
I am arresting everybody.
Yeah, and back in that period, no DNA to go on.
Yeah, but you know what? Back in those days, you could throw them all in the cells, then beat them.
Yeah, that's
by
right.
one.
Just concoct some evidence, just fucking scribble a note and say, I found this. It's a confession.
I mean, you know what? At the end of episode 5, I was this close to shutting the case, getting some cocaine, and getting high as a kite, and saying, "Fucking beauty, she's over.
Yep.
I've captured the widow."
Yep.
But no.
And then something else was brought in, and you said, "Fuck my mother," and the demon cock she wrote it on.
Yeah. Something of that nature, yes. I may have yelled out something like that.
But again, I think it's. I think I said it last episode. It's shaping up. If the finish is pretty strong, it's shaping up as my favourite season so far, because they've just fucking twisted me up like a pretzel in terms of
I've got no idea
where I'm going. So yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to put theories, but
Yep.
I feel like I don't know fully.
No, I don't know shit.
I should not be working in the fucking police force at all. God almighty. Alright, so that was episode 6. Keep an eye out. The last episode will be a double. We'll do 7 and 8 together, like we did 1 and 2 together. And then we'll wrap this whole thing up. But until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.
Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.